you share, with a dash of this and a pinch of that, mixed all up with care. The best company and conversation, recipes and new creations. We're cooking up something good here at home. We are cooking up something good here at home.
Well, hello, family, and we're so glad you joined us today. It's kind of going to be a different kind of day. We're going down Mexico way. Ole, ole, ole. You know, we're just having fun here because everything around here is Mexican today because we're doing a Mexican dinner, which is a little unusual, and I think you're going to enjoy it. It's something a little different. It's got some of the traditional foods, but then we're going to incorporate some other foods too, and I think you're going to want to stick around to watch it. I really have told you all year long about this wonderful book that we have been using as a devotional. It was a giveaway for our winter telethon in January. This was our thank you gift, and it's just been in my home devotions here on the set. So many people that got them just saying that's such a powerful book, and it really is. And I want to read today's, and this will bless you. This was given to a lady who's a missionary, and she is writing everything that the Lord is speaking to her while she was on the field. It says, "Trust me and don't be afraid." Good words. Many things feel out of control. Your routines are not running smoothly. You tend to feel more secure when your life is predictable. Let me lead you to the rock that is higher than you and your circumstances. Take refuge in the shelter of my wings where you are absolutely secure. Who could say that? Only God. When you are shaken out of your comfortable routines, grip your hand tightly and look for growth opportunities. Instead of bemoaning the loss of your comfort, accept the challenge as something new. I lead you on from glory to glory, making you fit for my kingdom, the Lord says. Say yes to the ways I work in your life. Trust me, and don't be afraid. Wow. Powerful words. If we would put those into application in our lives, I'm telling you, it would revolutionize our thinking, our living, and how we felt about everyday things that challenge us. Think about that. Pray about it. Ask the Lord to help me to do that, Lord. I don't want to be afraid. He has not given you the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. That's his promise to you today. Well, we'll be right back, but first, here's today's at-home hint. Marinating is a cinch if you use a plastic Ziploc bag. The meat stays in the marinade, and it's easy to turn. Cleanup is easy also. Just toss the bag. Okay, can you speak any Mexican at all?
No, I took French in high school.
This is not French, this is Mexican. Okay.
Un poco.
And, oh, there you go. We have somebody off camera that knows Mexican. How do you say hello? Hola. Hola. Hello. Anything else you can tell us? Goodbye? No. Okay, so we are definitely deprived here of languages, but we know how to cook Mexican, and that's what we're going to do today. You're going to show us how to make a Mexican dessert, which is?
I'm making a Mexican cookie ring.
Cookie ring, just plain cookies?
Just plain cookies.
So it's basically like a butter cookie maybe with some sprinkles?
With some sprinkles. Yeah, very
But it's
easy.
very Mexican looking because you're going to put these pretty jimmies all over the top.
Nice and colorful. And
okay, you go ahead and get started. Show us what to do.
First, I'm going to take my dry ingredients. I have 1.5 cups of flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, actually, I wanted to leave this in here. And next, I'm going to cream together 1/2 cup of butter that I had at room temperature.
Okay, well, while you're doing that, I'm going to start with my pound of ground beef. I'm making taco soup. Okay, and I have about a scant cup of onions. You brown the beef first and drain it if it has a lot of grease in it. And let this cook get a pretty good heat going here so we can get her done. And then I'm just going to start to add all the things you think's in taco soup because it's there. All right? First of all, I'm going to add a little can. These are green chilies. These are like the basis for a whole lot of Mexican foods because they have some heat. And it's just like part of the whole flavor. That adds a lot of flavor. So, how are we doing over there?
Good. I added the sugar into my butter, and that's why I'm creaming it now.
You're creaming those? Okay.
Yeah, and then after I get that creamed, I'm going to add 3 egg yolks to it.
Oh, okay. That's good.
And a teaspoon of vanilla.
Okay. Now I've added my green chilies. Now I'm going to add a small can of tomato sauce. It's 8-ounce sauce. Why I like this is because you just absolutely add everything at one time. Boom, boom, boom.
Nice and easy.
And then you let it cook. This can also be done in a slow cooker if you wanted to do that. Now I have a can of diced tomatoes. Tell you, this is too easy. Way too easy. And then I'm going to put another can of diced. So this is 2 cans of diced in their own juice.
It's great having nice, easy recipes.
It is, it is. And then I have a can of mild chili beans. And we don't drain anything. We want that juice in there because that's what's going to make our good soup. Oh, I was thinking we should have made cornbread today because that would have been awesome with this. A little late. We got everything else going, but we didn't get that cornbread, but that would be awesome. Make your cornbread, throw some corn in there, throw some Mexican chilies in there. Would be awesome. Then we do the light red kidney beans. They go in. And I'll put the beans already. Let's go to the corn department. We're adding a can of just plain whole kernel corn. Can you see how good this would be? I mean, seriously. And then make sure we have the water here. 2 cups of water. That's going to help to dissolve our package of taco seasoning right here. Going to open this. We're going to open this, Lori. They're trying to booby trap me this stuff again. They do it every once in a while. She got it. Okay. She's got it. Okay, and what you do basically is just let this be on and let it cook. And cook and cook. That's why we have prep chefs. They're so busy prepping, they forgot to prep. Okay, and we just throw the whole container of taco seasoning. That's what it is, just a plain pack of regular taco seasoning. And you put that in there, stir it, and just let it cook. Oh, the smells, the flavors, it's going to be awesome, okay? And as I said, you can put this in a crock pot if you want to cook it all day long. Put it on low, let it cook for 8 hours. 8 hours, all right? That's all there is to it, seriously.
Nice and easy.
Mm-hmm, very. Okay, your cookies coming too?
Yeah, I went ahead and I added my dry ingredients to the wet.
Okay.
And mixed that all up. And
So
now
that looks like a nice dough, easy to work with.
Yeah.
Now, how do you do the center?
You roll them into about an inch-sized ball, and then you put your thumb into the middle to make a ring.
Should make a real hole through it, though, I think, right? Okay. While you're doing that, I'm going to make a quick taco dip. This is one that my family goes crazy for. This is just cream cheese that's been softened. Let it out to room temperature so that you can easily maneuver it, okay? And that can be a pack, that could be a pack and a half, whatever you want. My nephews go nuts for this. This is in a pie plate, a 9-inch pie plate. All you do is spread it across the bottom of the dish, just like that. These are great for this use because they let you get in there and you don't get all over your knuckles, which I usually do, but I don't when I use my offset spatula. And you just want to make that nice and smooth the whole way around. Now this doesn't bake in the oven. This just goes in the microwave. So this isn't easy to do anytime. Somebody just drops in on you. You think, what am I going to feed them? First time I made this, my 2 nephews were at the house. I set this down on the coffee table in the living room. One nephew was on the floor. The other one was on the other side. And they just kept scooping and eating it till it was gone.
Taco dips
I
are
was
so
like,
good.
I was like, you guys like that, or what's the deal here? You know, they liked it already. Then, this is 1 can of refried beans, okay? And all I'm going to do with that, right out of the can, is you just want to get in there and soften it so that you can spread this right on top of that cream cheese. Oh, look how pretty those are. Those are so cute.
They're coming together really good.
Yeah, they're very nice. And that doesn't make a ton. That only makes a couple dozen.
Oh, yeah, 2
So that works well. And what do they bake at?
375 for
375?
10 to 12 minutes.
Oh, 10 to 12. Boy, you could whip those up in half an hour
Oh,
almost,
yeah.
huh? I mean, really,
Seriously.
definitely. Refried beans just over the top of this. Then this is going to go into the microwave after we put our cheese on top of it. But I'm not going to do that now because I want to save this to be nice and hot at the end of the program. So we're going to keep working on it. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we got a whole lot more. Don't you go away. We'll be right back. Okay, if you're just joining us, you've missed part of our Mexican dinner. We've already got the dessert taken care of. We've got the taco soup is on cooking, piping hot on the stove.
So good.
And we've got a quick taco dip that we put together, but it's sitting waiting to go into the microwave right before dinner starts. It's going to be hot. It's got cream cheese. It's got the beans, refried beans and cheese, and we're going to hit it with jalapenos on the top. And then some tortilla chips.
That's going to be
That's going to be awesome. Okay. Now we need to have a main course, and that's what Tammy's going to make for us. This is called Spicy Mexican Torte. And I've never seen this before. I think you're going to like it. Tell us what we're going to do.
Okay. This is a layered dish that we're doing. And it comes with, the first thing we start with is a pound of, I have trouble saying this, so like
It's chorizo sausage. And if you can't find chorizo, just use hot sausage. Very, very hot, mild, medium, whatever. But it has to have a bite to it because that's what's adding all the flavor to this whole dish. And we just browned it off, added some onions to it, and a couple of cloves of garlic, browned that down. And then those are our little green chilies that I told you. They're like in everything practically. I mean, that's
they add
one
so
of the
much
staples.
flavor to it. Yeah.
So we put that together and let that cool down a little bit. Now you're going to do what?
I'm going to take, I have flour tortillas that I'm going to take and put in a 10-inch dish that I've
Okay.
sprayed, lightly sprayed.
Okay, so you
So I
have.
have 2 of those that we're putting in. And then we're taking half of our
Are you-
1 pound.
Let me tell them why you do the
Okay,
2. You do 2 because you have to have, for what she's going to layer on that 1, if it got soggy, it would be a mess. So
really
2
good
gives it
idea.
some strength, yeah. So she's going to just spoon. You can just dump all that right on there.
Okay, well, take half of that.
You're going to put some of that on the top too, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And then we're taking 2 more shells.
Yeah, maybe just put a little bit more of that meat because I'd rather have it in the layer.
Okay. on
Clear over
bottom-
to the edge
bottom
over
layer.
there. Yeah,
Okay.
that's good. There you go.
Does that look good?
That looks real good.
Okay.
It's almost like making a lasagna. This is like a Mexican lasagna, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what?
Then we have 2 more shells that we're putting on top.
Okay.
And then on that, we are adding
The
half
beans
of our, we have 2 cups of shredded pepper jack.
Okay.
And we are using half of that.
Okay, so while she's just assembling, she'll tell us what she's doing. I need to start on my guacamole.
Yeah, 'cause that will
And
take
I
some
have
time.
3 beautifully ripe. And look at these. Avocados are perfect. This is just the way you want them. They're nice and soft. You can mash, you know, but I like to cube them. They're very easy to do. And you just put them in your bowl. Now it's basically assembling everything but the kitchen sink. But this is the way Paul likes it, okay? Okay, we have green onions. They're going in. We have red tomatoes chopped up, the freshest, ripest ones you can find. And I would say that's probably 3 or 4. Those are aromas. Okay, sliced black olives. Awesome flavor. Awesome flavors. Of course, we have to have some garlic. Of course we do. And we're doing that. Okay, what's on the next layer?
Well,
over
on the
there?
first layer, I forgot, I didn't go ahead and put the cheese on top of the sausage, so I did that. I went back
Oh,
and
okay.
I did that. And so
Now
for the
you're
next layer, we're doing refried beans,
And that goes on top of,
the 2
Okay.
tortillas. So this
You know
is
what?
the second
If you have
layer.
trouble, you could actually take that one, set it on the counter,
Okay.
spread it, and then put it on top of the second one. It'd be
Okay.
easier. Because sometimes, you know, refried beans, they just don't cooperate.
Yeah, they don't like to
Maybe
spread
this would
easy.
be easier. Okay. And we have lemon juice because that's going to help us keep our avocados from turning, because they will turn brown if they sit out too long. Also, some red wine vinegar that gives it that mmm. And we have some cilantro. That goes in, chopped cilantro. I told you, everything but the kitchen sink's in this.
Oh, that's going to be so good.
And then I'm going to do my salt and some black pepper. Much or as little as you like, just like that. And then feta cheese.
Yummy.
Now, this is nobody's recipe but mine. I made this up because this is the stuff that Paul likes. So you can imagine, you know, if Paul likes it, oh boy, there's a lot of stuff in it because he likes different, you know, he doesn't like bland stuff. If he's going to have something that's supposed to be spicy, he wants to tell.
He wants
Wants to be able to know that's spicy. And then what you're going to do a little cleanup here.
Look
And
at all those colors.
The colors are beautiful. I mean, just, and this on top of like chips. You can warm the chips up in the oven, warm them up in the microwave. You can do so many things with this. This is so nice and moist already, but what we have to do is add a good quality olive oil. And you don't want it swimming, but you want it to have a presence, all right? So I start just drizzling around a couple times, not dumping, just a drizzle, around and around, and then we wait. Because I'm going to mix it and see how moist that's going to make it. If it's dry, you can add. If it's too wet, then it overpowers the other flavors with too much oil, and we don't like that. Okay? Oh, my mouth is like salivating. It's really going to town on this bad boy. Oh, it smells just wonderful. Nothing like fresh. And there's nothing in there. The cheese has a little weight factor, but everything else in there, avocados are so healthy for you. They're so good. And everything else in there is good for you. The vegetables are all good for you. So don't be afraid to make this. If you don't like black olives, don't use them. If you like a different kind of cheese, put that in. I'm just going to add a tiny bit more, and then I'm going to taste it. Then we'll see how our seasonings are. You want to make sure your salt's right. You don't need a lot of salt because of the cheese, but you want to make sure that your flavors are good. How are you doing over there?
Well, on my next layer, I
Beautiful.
added roasted red bell peppers.
Okay.
And then we're going to do another layer, and it is the remainder of my sausage and
okay.
cheese.
And I'm going to flavor. Taste this for flavor.
It looks so good.
It's just right. It's just right. I thought it was good. The cameraman just had a hiccup. I don't get that. I don't understand it, but it must work. Okay? And then it has to bake in the oven, right?
Yes, we bake it for 40 minutes
40 minutes, okay.
at a 400-degree oven.
Okay. Just, you know what? Just pour it on. Let it go down
Is
to
it
the
okay?
other layers. It's not going to hurt.
It's okay.
There you go. And that bakes at what temperature?
400.
400 for about 40 minutes. That's going to come out awesome. Can't wait. The cheese on top, and then you're done, right?
Yep.
All righty. Looks delicious. Now you know why you put it in a pie plate, because you have to catch it.
And it's good to have the bigger size. Yeah,
Yeah,
the bigger
that's right.
size.
That's why they tell you to do it in the 10-inch so that you have room for them on the sides. I hope you're going to really enjoy this stuff. You need to get the recipes, and I want to tell you, here's how you do that. We'll be right back in just a minute. Here's our festive Mexican dinner table, and I think you can see, without anybody even being here, we're having a party, okay? It's just full of color, full of festivity, and delicious things. We've got our taco soup. We've got a whole big, nice urn full, and it makes a lot. We've placed it in our bowls, and then we put just some corn chips, and then we put a dollop of sour cream, and then some just chopped very fine green onions on top. That's an excellent soup. Next to that is our spicy Mexican torte. That thing is the bomb. I'm telling you, Your family's going to go crazy. It's still too hot to cut. You have to let that set for about 10, 15 minutes. Let it set, and then it will cut nice, kind of like you do lasagna. Okay, and then we have our quick taco dip, and I would use one of these scooper jobs to get down in there because you want to get clear to the bottom where that cream cheese is, and you bring it up. This is just done in the microwave. Look what's going on in there. Oh, yeah. You're going to love that, okay? And then we have the guacamole that Paul loves so much. Everybody was eating it by the time I had it finished. Could hardly get it to the table without, everybody munching, especially when you have chips like this. And then we have our Mexican cookie rings down there. We thought something light for a dessert instead of something heavy. And that is a nice little cookie just to put the end to a great meal. And when you have a lot of friends sitting around enjoying this, it just calls for a festive attitude. Everybody's kind of up, and we even made some cornbread. We thought about it, and we made it. That's that in this soup. Oh, yeah. And then we made, these are our cranberry spritzers. All this is 2 ingredients. Cranberry juice, Sprite. Equal portions, makes a wonderful, refreshing drink. I don't know what else. We put our condiments around there. That's all you need, and you got a party. And we wish you could be here, but be sure to join us the next time because it just wouldn't be the same without you.
Food provided by Jordan Banana Company, wholesalers of fresh fruit and vegetables in Dravosburg, Pennsylvania.
Cornerstone Television wishes to thank all our faithful viewers whose consistent prayers and financial support have made this program possible.